Hi, I'm Mr. Tipton, and this is Pointer Pack News.
Happy Friday, Van Buren High School. Today's a special day. It's homecoming. The theme for tonight's dog pound against Russellville is red, white, and blue. So show your American pride and bring all your American flags. God bless America.
Is your ACT score bad? Don't worry, the University of Arkansas is not requiring them this year, and all you have to have is a 3.2 GPA to apply.
YDA is now kicking off the school year. Stop by South 204 to get your information.
Get out your calendars. Here's some more news for this upcoming month. Picture Makeup Day is Tuesday, October 13th. Also, that same Tuesday and Thursday, they're going to have parent-teacher conferences, and we'll have early dismissal at 2 o'clock. And we will also be out of school that Friday.
October 17th is the PSAT, and October 24th is the ACT, so get your studying on. And now on to Brandon and Sam for more news.
What's up, guys? It's Sam.
And Brandon, and here's some more school news. Thanks for the tip from a resident sophomore. We realized you guys may not know what student submissions actually are. What you do to submit these student submissions is you DM our Instagram, located right about here, and then as long as you or your friends are in the video, we will actually put it on the episode. So send in those student submissions, and they'll be in the episode right before the bloopers.
Anyways, congrats to the homecoming court once again. We can't wait to celebrate y'all. This year's homecoming court consists of Kylie Bell being walked by Jaden Henry, Chloe Cazell being walked by Baylor Shook, and Alexis Gibson being walked by Braden Branch, Amaray Valet being walked by Gary Phillips, and Natalie Williams being walked by Easton Reichard.
Now on to the weekly shout out with Mia.
Our shout out this week goes to Nurse Tara. Did you guys know that she is the district nurse? She's working hard to keep us here and keep us safe.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Tanner, and this is This Week's Sports. Volleyball played this past week at Russellville Tuesday and Greenbrier at home on Thursday. Our tennis team is kicking butt out in Russellville in the tennis conference tournament right now, and already a couple people have qualified for state.
Last Friday, Van Buren lost to Siloam in an absolute heartbreaker, losing 43-42. We started off slow in the first half, but in the second half, we looked like one of the best football teams in the state. The bounce back is coming. Go Dogs. Hashtag Tuck Train.
Arkansas Razorbacks played the number 4th ranked Georgia, starting off really hot, going into halftime with a 7-5 lead. Our first possession in the second half, we kicked a field goal going up 10-5. Then after that, it just went downhill after a blocked punt. Tomorrow, the Hogs play Mississippi State. It's going to be a tough game as Mississippi State comes off a win against LSU. So tune in for that. Go Hogs.
Go Pig. Tonight, our Pointers play Russellville at home. Make sure you wear your red, white, and blue and come support the Pointers. And now on to Kyle and Eli with next week's sports.
What's up, everyone? I'm Kyle.
And I'm Eli. Next week, volleyball is playing Greenwood on Tuesday and is playing Mountain Home at home on Thursday.
Also, next week, football plays at Mountain Home, and it's going to be a pretty long drive. So pack your snacks and drinks, and we'll see y'all there.
U.S. News. House Democrats will reportedly bring a $2.4 trillion coronavirus relief bill to the negotiating table. That's about $1 trillion less than the last proposal, but talks have stalled, so compromise is in the air.
If you're 18, get knowledgeable. This is an election year nationally, and we want you to vote. Remember, local government is just as important, so study up on later dates. Here's a list of things on our local ballot. President, there are more than 2 options. Congress, U.S. House of Arkansas District 3, Arkansas House of Representatives, District 79. We also have an LRCA tax transportation on the ballot. Term limits, increasing 12 consecutive years with the opportunity to return after 4 years. State Legislator number 3, changing the initiative process and legislative referral requirements. Polls are open to 7:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. on November 3rd.
Here's a table that illustrates voter requirements for constitutional amendments certified for the ballot, and how Democrats and Republicans voted on the amendment in each legislative chamber. Did you know Arkansas's local ballots are actually on off years? Our major local elections will actually be held in the next 2 years.
If you're a music or podcast person, keep up with Spotify's threat to strike if Joe Rogan's podcasts are edited or removed.
This threatened strike is primarily involving New York-based Spotify employees.
Why should you care? Whether you agree or disagree with Joe Rogan's unapologetic podcast isn't the point. Editing the content is. What do you think? Drop a comment in our YouTube comment section.
Hey guys, it's Brandon Miller back here with some more Pointer Pack News weather. Hope everybody's having a great Friday out there. Good luck to the Pointers tonight at Blakemore Field as it's homecoming and they take on the Russellville Cyclones. Game time temperatures are going to be in the upper 60s. Should be perfect football weather tonight. As we look ahead to the weekend weather, we will be seeing more clouds than sun, but it is going to be staying clear out there with temperatures in the upper 60s and lower 70s. Should be a pretty good weekend to get out there and do some outdoor activities. Maybe hit up a park. As we look ahead to next week's weather, we're going to be seeing a warming trend with temperatures in the upper 70s by the end of the week, and it should stay pretty clear out there. That, of course, if there isn't another hurricane that develops in the Gulf of Mexico. As we look at the world weather picture, the Hurricane Center is monitoring a tropical wave in the Caribbean that could form into Hurricane Gamma. The Hurricane Center says there's a 60% chance of development by the weekend. Don't forget to wear that USA gear tonight and dress for sunny skies. Stay kind to one another.
For your international news this week, the president of China said the country would be carbon neutral by 2060, meaning its carbon emissions would be zero. Do the math, we'll be like 60-something.
California plans to have its own climate goal. They plan to ban the sale of gasoline-powered vehicles by 2035. Last year, only about 8% of the vehicles sold in California were gasoline-free.
While it's great to hear these corporate ideas, also make sure to do your part by reducing, reusing, and recycling.
Now on to your news concerning COVID. Johnson & Johnson has begun the final stage for its clinical trials on the coronavirus vaccine. Research says that it may only require one dose as opposed to others.
In an announcement last week, Governor Andrew Cuomo of New York announced the state would not automatically accept the federal recommendations on vaccines. Cuomo said, "Frankly, I'm not going to trust the government's opinion."
More on the U.S. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis lifted all restrictions regarding reopening of restaurants. This is all part of his plan to move on to Phase 3. DeSantis quotes, "We are not going to close anything going forward."
Last week we talked about Israel and Spain issuing a second lockdown, but so far neither have been successful. The general public is upset with strict regulations. The UK has a new rule of 6, meaning 6 people or less are allowed to be outside together, reduced from 10.
Guys, here's why we should care. This is still a global concern, and if other states are already making claims, Arkansas is bound to join sometime soon.
Tens of thousands of demonstrators have gathered for a series of pro-democracy protests in Thailand in recent weeks.
The ranks dominated by an emerging political force in the country, young women. Many of the earliest and most vocal organizers of the rallies have been young women. At recent protests, women seem to make up a majority of the participants too. You go, women.
Speaking on protests, teenage environmental activist Greta Thunberg is back. She joined fellow demonstrators outside the Swedish parliament last Friday to kick off a day of socially distanced global climate change protests.
Thunberg started her solo protest outside Swedish parliament in Stockholm in August 2018.
And now for some positive news. For the first time, a rat has won the British charity's Top Civilian Award for Animal Bravery, receiving the honor for searching out unexploded landmines in Cambodia. Magua, a giant African pouched rat, was awarded the PDSA's gold medal for his life-saving bravery and devotion after discovering 39 landmines and 28 items of unexploded ordnance in the past 7 years.
He is the first rat in the 77-year history to win the award. And if you're wondering, yes, the award is rat-sized and fits on his working harness.
As you guys know, September 22nd was the first day of fall, which means it's time for pumpkins, hoodies, and sweaters, and all the things that make us fall in love with the beautiful season. Here are some family-friendly activities you can enjoy in Northwest Arkansas or in the River Valley.
Pumpkin patches and corn mazes like Farmland Adventures. For more information, go to farmlandadventures.com. Corn mazes and haunted attractions, you can go to Southwest Missouri, which is only about 30 minutes away from Northwest Arkansas.
Don't forget about your local farmers market. Gotta support your local businesses.
The Van Buren Haunted Prison will kick off today, starting from 7 to midnight, and tickets are only $20.
Like Brandon always says, get outside. Arkansas has great hiking spots. The closest place is Lake Alma, which is only 3.5 miles away, and Devil's Den and White Rock and Winslow.
If you're headed up to Northwest Arkansas, don't forget about things like Crystal Bridges and other museums.
Happy Homecoming Friday, folks. Hope to see you at the game later tonight. Have a good weekend.
And again, don't forget to send us some student submissions at VBHS Pointer Pack News.
Behind
See, that's probably the best I'm gonna do right there.
Oh, wow.
Stop laughing!
Brandon. Do we do that or just go?
Republican.
In the Caribbean.
It's okay. Pull yourself together, woman.
Tuesday, October 13th.
I have my mask on.
President sophomore, we guys. We guys?
The amendment.
Next week's weather. Come on.
Congrats to the homecoming. Hello.
I forgot the line already.
I think this global warming is just a bunch of malarkey. I'm a feminist.
Another hurricane that gets.
See y'all out there.
Girls' night.
Score was 44 to 40.
And a bell patch. You can cut it from there.
As we look at.
Means it stops looking at me.